We come on the air here at 6 o'clock. We've been following breaking news out of Inver Grove Heights. Police right now are investigating an incident that happened in just the last few hours. Our Megan McPherson is live there. She's been working to find out all the details for you this morning. We're going to be checking in with her in just a few minutes.
We're also under a KARE 11 weather impact alert this morning as heavy rain moves across the metro, bringing the potential for flooding. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us on air and streaming on the KARE 11 app. I'm Jason Hackett alongside Alicia Lewis.
Yeah, we, of course, have team coverage to help you prepare for a wet commute. Before we get to all of that, let's go to Ben with the latest on this forecast. Good morning.
Good morning, Alicia. Well, we do have some showers that are approaching the Twin Cities. Looking at some pretty funky looking clouds up above us in the KARE 11 backyard. Keep your rain umbrella handy because you're probably going to need it through at least the first part of the day today. That's why we have a weather impact alerts in effect until 4 p.m. Once we get into the afternoon and evening hours, the chances for rain will fade, but do expect some briefly heavy rain. And I will say the threat for local flooding is diminishing, which is some good news. You can see a live look at radar right now. We have some pockets of some more intense showers that are moving into parts of Carver County, Waconia, some brief heavy rain, a little bit of lightning and thunder there, and slightly more organization in the southwestern part of the state. But no severe weather is expected. Just plan on some wet conditions for the morning commute. There's the flood watch, which continues to get chiseled away by the National Weather Service. Just includes a couple of counties north and east of the Twin Cities. That expires at 10 o'clock with minimal additional flooding in the forecast. On and off rain chances through lunchtime. Temperatures today staying in the upper 70s to lower 80s, and then a dry streak of weather begins tomorrow, lasting through the weekend. The next weather headline, we're turning up the heat with a string of 90s forecast for next week. We'll talk more about it coming up, but first, a toss to traffic with Cece. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Hope your day's off to a great start. We're seeing some wet and damp roads out there this morning, but also dry ones. So it just depends on where you're waking up this morning. So add a few extra minutes just to play it safe. Down here in Hastings, we're seeing this crash that's been pretty active for the past 15-20 minutes or so. Highway 61 northbound right near 4th Street. As you head to the downtown areas or across the bridge, you won't see any slowing, but it is something to be cautious about in that area. You can check out your own route. Seeing a little bit of slowing here on 35 East southbound as you make your way through the West St. Paul Lilydale area, but nothing that should add significant time to your drive. As I see you over the next hour, we're going to talk about a couple big construction projects. One happening on 394 eastbound. Some major changes happening as you make your way toward downtown. Also down in Hampton, Highway 50. If you take that route, listen up after 6:15.
All right, we'll talk to you then. Cece, thank you very much. Back to that breaking news we're following out of Inver Grove Heights. In just the last few hours, police started investigating an incident near Carmen and Cahill Avenue.
Our Megan McPherson's been hard at work joining us now from the police department with the latest details. Megan, what have you learned this morning?
Still not much that I can share as far as confirmed details on what exactly that incident was over on Cahill Avenue. That's where we first were just about an hour ago. We arrived on scene there just before 5 a.m. to a pretty significant scene. There were at least 10 squad cars on scene, and there was also 2 tow trucks on scene as well. You're taking a look at some video that we shot from the scene. Now, I witnessed one tow truck that had a Inver Grove Heights squad car on it, and then on a separate tow truck was a regular sedan vehicle. It's not exactly clear if there was any interaction between the two vehicles or the people inside of them. That's what we're working to get confirmed right now. But initially, what brought us to that scene was we had heard over the police scanners that there was a report of shots fired, and the scanner audio also indicated that at least one officer had fired their weapon. Not clear, though, if anybody was struck or if it was confirmed that that weapon was fired. We had also heard that there was help requested from a canine as well. Again, details here remain limited. I was told just about an hour ago from an officer on scene that we should be getting a press release really any minute here with confirmed details about that incident. So hopefully in the next 30 minutes, I'll be back here with an update. I've checked in with police again. They said they're still waiting to get some of those details confirmed. So stick with us. I'll hopefully be able to share more soon. Back to you.
Megan McPherson reporting live. We'll check in with you in a little bit for any updates. Thanks so much. Let's get back to our weather coverage this morning, a weather impact alert this morning, preparing for a potential wet commute. That's
right. Audrey Russo's live in Mobile 11 with a look at conditions. Audrey, where are you right now? What are you seeing?
We're in Monticello right now, or we're at least pretty close to the exit for Monticello right now on the highway. And right now, I mean, it's not pleasant, right? Like, we have followed the rain. We were in St. Cloud. Now we're driving back towards Minneapolis, and we're catching some of that rain that I think we were seeing in the St. Cloud area during the 5 o'clock hour. You can see right now a little bit of a sprinkle. The roads are pretty wet right now, pretty much wherever you drive in the area from what we've seen. We're going to pull off this exit in Monticello and just take a look at how some of the local roads are out here. Now, there was concern that there could be some localized flooding. The good news is that I haven't seen any of that. And all of the flood watches have expired at this point, so we're likely not going to see any of that. We know that across the entire state the last week and a half, there have been instances where rivers have gotten to very, very high levels. There's storm damage, a lot of potential for flooding, and flooding did actually occur in places like Lanesboro. That's not the concern right now today. Today, if you are heading out on the roads, just be prepared to have the windshield wipers on. Be prepared to have a little bit of splashback from the car in front of you, but nothing too difficult for your average Minnesota driver to handle at this point. Back to you.
Good advice. Thank you, Audrey. Well, this morning, the National Weather Service is confirming an EF2 tornado hit the Detroit Lakes area on Monday night, leaving a miles-long path of destruction. Our Sammy Selena is there right now and has details.
At M State Community College, there is an emergency shelter set up by the Red Cross. We're told at least 30 people have come in to utilize these services, and there are multiple homes that are unlivable tonight. The National Weather Service says a tornado touched down Monday night near Floyd Lake, north of Detroit Lakes in Becker County. Roads were closed to the public and media. Becker County Sheriff says it is unsafe there with downed power lines. We know 3 people were taken to the hospital as a result of the storm. The National Weather Service says at least 1 was injured when their roof was ripped off their home. Meanwhile, at Wheeler Lake nearby, multiple homes also saw damage.
Oh, man.
Kurt and Janelle Erickson lost part of their roof and multiple trees on their property.
I talk about seeing the people on TV going through this before. And I was the same way, out walking around. What do I do now?
Yeah, where do we start?
Yeah.
They said despite holes on their roof and trees on the ground, they feel lucky to be safe and to have plenty of help from relatives. Sammy Solina, KARE 11 News.
And you can scan the QR code on your screen to get the latest forecast throughout the weather impact alerts. We are streaming right now on our KARE 11 app.